intermittently through the day we've talked about the hub, so I'm just very quickly going to tell you about what we're planning to do. It is in its very early stages, in its infancy, and that's because we want to really build it with people and with all our staff so that, and others, so that it's something that's really useful and valuable to us all. So, our ultimate goal across Betsy is to improve the health and wellbeing for people of North Wales. And the way we are seeing that the hub will play into this is that we're going to have a network of people who are interested in quality improvement and innovation, linking in with other agencies and other hubs around and about us to enable us to work together to start to deliver higher quality care, get quality improvement up and running, and we're going to support it with an electronic resource. So the mission is that we actually want to get this culture of improvement and innovation, and we're going to do that by developing staff's capability and capacity. It's going to be evolution, as I said. It's not going to be a big bang thing, but what we want to do is get our staff to be empowered to look at better ways of working in their area and starting to implement solutions themselves and with colleagues. So very much around all supporting each other. And the hub's going to give us a great opportunity to share and celebrate goals, all the gains we get, adding value to patients' experience and increasing job satisfaction. So really picking up that quadruple aim that we talked about earlier today. So we've been out talking to staff across Betsy. So we've had some surveys, we've talked to individuals, we've talked to a few groups, and we've also run 3 workshops, one in each area, to say, what is it that you would really want the hub to provide? And these are the sorts of answers we've had. So you won't be surprised that resources are up there. And some of that is about tools and templates, but other thing is about, well, how can we find out what's actually going on in BCU now? How can we learn about people's experiences of doing improvement? How can we work together better to share and spread and sustain our changes? A lot of interest in training. We're running Silver IQT. We've got trained trainers up and running now, which we didn't have so many of last year at Betsy. So those sessions are already up and running, and we're having a great response to that, and we're having lots of teams coming up and asking for some bespoke training. But on top of that, what we want to be doing and what we've been asked for is some masterclasses in things that aren't included in Silver IQT. So, for example, I talked a little bit before about patient leadership. That's one potential project, but there's also human factors, and there are a number of other areas where we want to look to do some face-to-face masterclasses available to people who join in our members. People want support for their quality improvement, both from within the organisation and also from the organisation. Clearly, we will not be able to do every project that people want us to do and support, but we have got our priorities through our quality improvement strategy, and we are about to relook at that. And we'll be using that to help support to do some of the projects, and it may well be that people put ideas forward that fit very neatly into work that's already ongoing, that again we can give some additional support to. But we will have coaching and mentoring available to staff, and we will be able to help people with some of those small cycles of change, and that will be done between people through volunteering, if you like. Because in some cases it might just be as simple as having a conversation on the telephone and talking to someone about, well, how did you actually do it? What actually worked for you? Or indeed, what were the barriers in getting through some of that work? Measurement has come out very strongly, and obviously we will include that in the training, but people want to look at, well, how can we measure things? What are some standard tools and measurement opportunities that we've got? How can we maybe get some of our IT to do measurement? So we'll be working on areas like that. And very importantly, sharing the wins. Most staff that we've spoken to have said they want their work to be visible. It isn't just about sharing it, but it's actually about acknowledging what they've done and acknowledging their contribution to it. And we think that's really important going forward. So to try and kind of triangulate what people really wanted, we said, so well, what would it look like if it was a success? And there was a very, very firm commitment that this would be the go-to place for QI support. So everyone would know about it, it would be an induction. If we asked somebody on the ward, on the ward sisters, or an outpatients, or anywhere else, they would know about the QI Hub. How we could run collaboratives. And this might be internally generated, so members getting together and saying, well, we're all interested in this particular issue, let's run it as a collaborative ourselves. Or indeed some bigger Betsy-wide ones. And we're actually planning to run a sepsis collaborative later this year. Already said, very much about visibility, staff appreciation. Can we do things like have a project of the month so that when people can show that they've really made a difference, we can share that and we can get the key learning out across the organisation. And also, is it possible to have a public-facing window? So most people will know that BCU is in special measures and we don't always get good press. We showed some of that earlier on. Could we have something that put all our work into terms that lay people could understand and that the press as well go into and actually pull out good news stories and start to use the hub as a way of doing that? And clearly, measures is important. You know, I'm a quality improver, I want to know that I'm making a difference. So we've got a number of specific measures that the teams that were looking at this came up with. And something was really interesting. So we talked about things like, well, we'll have more members and we'll see a growth in membership. But also the diversity of that. This is for everybody. It's for clinical and non-clinical members of our workforce and for all areas. So can we show that we really do get to everybody? So for me, I need people to get involved, because if our staff do not get involved in this, what we'll have is a database. We'll have a website. There's a bit of a leap of faith that says, if lots of people sign up and provide information about what they're doing and what they know, then we can start to make those connections. We can start to get those collaborations going and we can start to create opportunities. I'm sure people in this room today have had conversations where they've shared some knowledge with somebody else or said, why don't you ring me about this, or could you tell me a bit more about that? That's what I mean about opportunities. You can necessarily come across day to day, but you can work with. We could look at thematic groups, as I've discussed, and also looking at how we can share that work beyond. So we're already doing some work with the university. We're already looking at potential to join in with the RCP website, by the university's hub, and other groups that will come on board. Research and innovation being another area for BCU particularly. We want to make sure we're providing people with continuing quality improvement training, and as I've said, some masterclasses, and that gives you an opportunity to expand your knowledge, but also we'll have information about what's going on external to the organisation that you maybe won't see anywhere else, or might see and it's too late. So we'll have that in a kind of news flash for you so that you can see what's going on. As I've said, we want to collaborate with others and celebrate our success. And I think the hub gives us a really good opportunity to do that. So it is very early days. Where are we up to now? Well, we've got a communication campaign that we're about to start. We actually did start it with a poster competition. We have roadshows that are going to start because we need to get out across BCU, so we'll be taking that on the road for the next 2 months. We're going to have the website developed further. Some of you will have used the website to log on to things like training and struggled with it. We're looking at how we can change the platform. It's in the process of being done now, so that some of those difficulties will go away and make it easier for you to use. We'll do news feeds, our quality improvement conference. Most of you will have been to 1 or 2, I hope, that we've had. Next year, we're going to make it even bigger. So it's grown exponentially between the 2 years that we've had it. Next year it's going to be 2 days. It's going to include research, quality improvement and innovation. And that's at
April 29th and
April 29th and 30th, sorry. And we're also in discussion with Bangor University about some academic improvement career pathways, which is for people who don't want to carry on and do full-blown research at this point, but would like to do something else and have some really good ideas. And I think David Evans is gone, but that's who we've been working with. Oh, yeah. And there's some other things that we're talking about. So are we going to have an achievement award? We're looking for that for the Quality Improvement Conference. As I've said before, Quality Improvement Project of the Month might be something that we'll be able to roll out. I think we're very keen on understanding value. So how do we measure value? And at the moment, I don't think we do it terribly well, and we get a bit fixated sometimes on cost. But we need to start to look at how we can do that. And when I talked earlier on about measurement and how we can support people to do measurement, value is part of that. So that's some conversations and development that we need to do. There's quite a lot of interest in developing some sort of internal faculty of quality improvement champions in the organisation. So those would be people who are trained and who do a number of projects, but then maybe on ones that we would go to within the specialties on the sites or in the community, if there's a specific piece of work to do, and try and identify some time in their job plan. So it's that sort of idea. It's not fully worked up yet. It is something that's on the table. And if we can, we'd like some sponsorship, because that will make it easier for us then to help support some of this work. So this is our BCU QI poster, and I hope you'll be seeing that around BCU on all our sites very shortly.